So, welcome back everybody to the Predator Arc Estonian Open. This is a wonderful matchup we have here in the loser qualification round between, from Estonia, the local Mark Magi, and from Spain, José Alberto Delgado. Great match. The winner advances to the last 32. The loser is out. So a lot at stake here. In the commentary booth for this match, we have Joris van Amersfoort and Tim de Ruyter for you all to go over the shots. We are playing a race to 8. We are breaking per 2 breaks, so it's alternating per 2 breaks. And yeah, Joris, what do you think about this match here?
Oh, amazing match. I'm looking really forward to it. And especially Mark Magi has been playing phenomenal pool during the European Championships. Normally Dennis Grabe is the most strongest player from Estonia, Estland. But I do think that Mark is playing some magnificent pool. So I look forward to see how Mark will do. And of course Alberto is a very strong player too. In the team competition they played really good and nice pool. So yeah, looking good. Looking forward to it. And indeed what you said, Tim, with all the pressure on it as the winner advances to the last 32 and the loser is out. So should be a good match.
Yeah, I do think so as well. And nice, decent break off. I mean, it wasn't the squarest hits, but nice pop. Cue ball got safe, at least past the side, made a ball, and could start with the 5-11 combination. And after, I think the run out isn't too horrible, is it?
You think the 13 passes and the 7 is not in the way for it? Is the 2 balls close to each other where he's queuing over right now? That could be one of an issue. Ah, he's not taking on the combination. Right,
Oh.
so he created a new combination. Kind of forced now to take this on. Yeah, this looks like quite an easy combination. I don't think he can take the 15 at the standard cue length or without another route there.
Yeah, I don't think he can reach the 15. Doesn't have to shoot the 15. I mean, he's looking to cross over for the 10 in the left center. Now, I might be playing myself towards the 13 as soon as possible. He's possibly nicking 3 balls out first. A little bit scary. I don't know why, but the 13 seems very scary to me.
Yeah, I think if you fall a little bit low then from the 9, then it should be on. I drew it a little bit too far. So now of course he is on the 10, but at the wrong side of the 10. Meaning if he takes the 10 on, he has to draw it to the short rail. Just missed the 1 ball. So he again is not using the 10 for position. Probably now for the 10 or the 9.
Yeah, I don't
Then
mind
Keeshov come up.
leaving the 10. I mean, I'm not too worried about getting on the 10 ball for me. Like I mentioned a couple times, that 13 should always be fine. As long as the 13 goes to the bottom right, I think you should be fine to get to the 10.
Yeah, I like
And
this
he's got a
position. Absolutely.
great angle.
If you leave from below, that should be fine. He's now looking if the 10 passes the 4, and it does. So that makes life much easier. Because that area there is completely free. Nothing in the way. Perfectly on a 10. So a quick break and run in this match. And as you said, Tim, it's Is there a name for this alternate break, like a double alternate break system?
In general, I just say they're breaking per 2 games, like per 2 breaks, 2 each at a time. I mean, that's usually how I name it. I mean, it's this is something new for me as well, so I've never really experienced it. Now we got to do quite some matches. But one thing I'm quite fascinated with is I've seen a couple matches where players were down 6-1, 7-2, actually turn around and still become 7 each, even though, like, it's not because they were missing balls. It was just because they have, let's say, 1 or 2 dry breaks and then 2 breaker runs, and boom, 4 games on the board. So that was interesting.
Yeah, but it still would have been the same if it was alternate break. It was still like 2 breaker runs and 2 dry breaks. It's also the same, but because it's now connected, you could have more momentum.
It gives a different vibe, different feeling to it, because you can see the player in a row a little bit more instead of having to wait every time.
All right. So Alberto again on the break. There's a little pop break. Made a 2 in the side. He nudged with the last 12 ball, the 9 and the 3 ball. And with that little nudge, you could see that it opened up at least the 3 ball, which was kind of blocked. But that
now it does go.
Could really help. He's taking a look at it now. The 3 ball definitely goes, and maybe the 9 even goes too.
Well, you could consider also playing the 12 in the bottom left and running into the 3-9 with all the stripes near.
At least a stripe is what Alberto is choosing. Might roll the 10 in to find directly position on the 9. No. Yeah, got into it. So it opened up perfectly. Got a position on the 15 to the side or the 9 to the top right. Feels like some personal preference what the route will be.
Well, for me, I like the 15 a lot more because the 9, like, you're so straight. The only ball you can play shape on is the 10. It's not like you have to drop it in. You kind of have to do more. This 15 in the side is like the cue ball will go naturally forward anyways. And from there you are guaranteed to have either the 9 or the 11. So I felt it laid a little nicer, just slight detail.
Yeah, and these arc tables have a really nice entrance on the side pockets, I feel. Although it's not wide, it's quite narrow, it's still quite friendly.
Yeah, gotta say, the tables have been looking really consistent. Like I really didn't spot any weird bounces or like weird rolls and stuff. So that's a good sign, you know, because I was thinking about maybe getting a Predator Arc table. So you know, it would be nice to know. Yeah,
absolutely.
Overall has been looking good.
Yeah, it's a good looking table. And during the whole 2 weeks of the European Championships, I do feel like there's no stories, no weird things that happened. All feels pretty solid.
Yeah, a little bit more traveling from 10 to 8, but just top left spin, perfect on the 8. Perfect start for the Spaniard. Jose Alberto Delgado now up 2-0. Mark Magi to break the next 2. Yeah, curious to see if he can produce the same amount of breaker runs.
Yeah, even more pressure, doesn't it? And the thing is that Jose Alberto has now had quite some table time for approximately like 10 minutes now. And Mark is still sitting in a chair for 10 minutes. So the pressure is on Mark.
Yeah, that is one of the things I like more, is that there's maybe a little bit more momentum. So it feels kind of like a winner break. Not honestly too sure how he's broke the balls. I think he did more like a second ball break. Made one at least. But a little bit messy.
Absolutely. The 2 ball is in a weird error. So is the 7. If you go, he took a full nose break, not the second ball break.
Oh.
So the 2 and the 7, there are 2 clusters. And I don't think the 2 ball passes, so. First of all, probably from the 4 into the 7. That would, yeah.
It will be interesting to see how he's gonna get on the 2 or the 3 ball. Has played a good split here, but still quite some traveling, and it won't be easy to get to the 2 in the left center or the 3 in the top left. I feel like that corner is the best, but tough to get there.
Yeah, now the 8 is a little bit in the way for a free rail kick, shot going forward 3 rails. And then the 8 is very big. Now he's playing for the 7 in the side and go forward.
I like this. I actually think this is clever, because the 5 you can go around the angles 3 rails, kind of land into that area top right of the table. Key shot
She missed
coming.
the 8. Oh,
He's missed the 5.
He did.
Yeah, I had to spin the ball a little bit more. Played max outside spin. I think the ball just got thrown out just slightly more. Just slight overcut.
Now the good news for Mark is that he didn't leave a real nice shot for Jose Alberto. This 15 might cut, but I think he plays a stop shot here. No, you can attack it.
Yeah, I don't mind this at all, as long as the 2 doesn't go in the top right. I would let my opponent do something with the 5 ball too. I would never... Yeah, he's just gonna nick the 5. Oh. I don't understand why. I would probably have pushed them together and not open it up.
This 10 ball for an open table. Made it.
Ooh.
Played it
Used
with
all of
pocket
the
speed,
pocket
that
there.
really helps. Yeah.
Now, the 12 is next to the 13, so there's plenty of things he could do. I'm not sure whether the 13 does go. Oh, he is shooting the 13. If the 13 goes, it's wide open. It should be 3-0 basically. Oh, he put some right spin on there, catching the ball thicker and turning the ball more to the left. Nicely done. Yeah, has been playing quite some hay ball in Asia. This Jose Alberto Delgado, so definitely has spent some time on 8 ball, even though it's played a little bit different. You still gotta have good fundamentals to make the longer shots, the tougher positions, and well, you're always thinking about the pattern, so in the end you will always learn. Had to take a little bit of a reroute in this rack.
I could play rail first here, and he is. To shoot the 9 in the same pocket as the former ball.
Oh, this is quite the cut, I believe so. Might have to run the cue ball 3 rails as well for the 8 in the left center or in the bottom left corner. I would definitely not play this soft. I like to put some stroke in it. Just make sure you cue it nicely. Has done that.
Forgot for the 5. I just missed it. Something like a 50-yard line. I would cut this to the side pocket. Still cuts back.
Well, he feels the same way like yours, so let's see. This 8 for 3-0 lead. I mean, I don't mind shooting this to the corner with low right. It's either low left on this 8. Gotta draw away from the scratch. Ooh.
Nicely done.
But yeah, gets the job done there. The Spaniard steals one on Magi's break. Magi has one more break, but things not looking too great for the man from Estonia. Such a great talent too, can play extremely fast. Whenever he gets going, it looks like he's tap the ball. He barely drops down on the ball. It's great to watch, but yeah, I mean, at some point, sometimes you will struggle. It was not an easy chance though he had after the break.
No, so another chance now for Magi to get his first frame, his first red on the board. Nice powerful break.
Oh. Yeah. Did he even get shape?
Is it frozen? Made a ball in the side pocket.
Did lose the cue ball a little bit there, but well, he's still okay on the stripes, but always nice to have both options, obviously, after the break.
Position on the 12 here. Probably go forward for the 10. Zigzagging his way down the table. Yeah, you mentioned that Jose Alberto Delgado is playing Hebel. He is, but played only 8 official matches. Won 4 of them, so 50%. His highest win rate is at 9 ball. Won 80% of his matches. 8 ball he won 75 of his matches, so still some decent numbers.
I think not all the matches are on there. Because no, I think you're on Q score, I'm guessing.
No, I
don't know where
find
you're
some
looking with.
Asia Billiards stats.
Oh, because he's also has played in the Duya, I don't know, the Duya Golden Tour, something. So he's been playing 8 ball, he's been playing 9 ball. I think we went together to like 2 or 3 tournaments, so I would assume he has more games in than 8.
Yeah. All right, that should be absolutely correct. Then, right.
But
in the meantime,
still, he ran out of shape here.
Yeah. Of course, want to find position on that 15, but overrun it towards the short drill.
I was wondering if he could have played shape for the 15 on the combination. No, on the 13 of the combination, just to make sure you have like a decent shot. He's going to bank this 13 to make sure he has shape on the 15. Big shot. It's close. Maybe off the 15.
But that was just the only window that it wouldn't go. Indeed, if it was even worse, then he would have hit the 15. Or if it was better, then he would put it directly. Oh, that was awfully.
Yeah,
it really looked like a big pocket, but eventually it wasn't. You draw this straight back for the 1 and the 7 inside?
Yes, you have to. You have to go there right away as the 1 and the 7 will go to the top left, so maybe you can even take the 1 and play the 7 in the top right, or play the 7 and take the 1 in the bottom corners, then the rack is wide open for the taking. Yeah, Mark has been struggling, even though he has made a ball in the break twice. He's missed that 4 ball, overspun the ball, and then now lost the shape. And possibly 4-0 deficit coming up for the man from Estonia.
Leaving himself a longer 6 ball. Didn't fancy to work with that cue ball on that shot to get a decent shot on the free, so again alternative route. Also missable. Needs to stay down on the shot. Well played. Now has the option to go up and down. To start with the 2 ball.
Yeah, I think he's sure. You also gotta make sure you don't give yourself a chance to miss, and if he gets to the center of the table, he will have plenty of angle on the 3 to cross over to the 8, so yeah, you kinda have to play this kind of route to get from the 3 to the 2. Probably was too tough. Yeah,
Nicely on the 8. Indeed, so Mark did not get any of his 2 breaks into a point on the board. So he's trailing 4-0.
Yeah, and now with Delgado's 2 breaks coming up, an enormous lead could be in the making. I actually was hoping for a tight match, especially with how well I sometimes see Magi play. But still, I mean, it can go either way. Similar could be happening to Delgado next up, and we might be tied at 4 or 5-3. Those kind of scores are not too bad. So just gotta stay hopeful in your chair and wait for the opportunity to do something, to turn it around.
Nice pop break. Made the 12 in the side. I don't think it was an intentional ball that went in. So kind of lucky you made a ball, I think.
No, I think it was one of the balls in the side. I think it was one of the usuals. I think so.
Alright.
But
and it looks like he's forced to...
He is kind of overcutting the break, though. I was just gonna add, like the cue ball is tracking towards the side pocket a little bit. It's been working for him, but yeah, a little bit scary.
Pretty straight on the 6, so probably has to draw this 1 rail out. I think he's got shape on a 1 ball. If he takes that ball away, then he can fully focus on the lower side of the table. 4 balls left. You can see that the 3 and the 5 are going. I'd probably start with the 3 then.
I mean, you could also go 4-7, 3-5-8. There is so many ways you could play this. The solids are just laying really nice. A little bit of a bump there on the 13. Wasn't the original plan, but still got on the 5. I mean, he broke the balls well, had a good impact on it, nice spread, and is just picking up the pieces perfectly so far.
He, by the looks of it, he will shoot the 8 ball in the bottom right. Roll it back a little bit. No, he could turn it. Okay, perfect. So Mark is giving up the last ball.
Yeah, you would say the 8 was a sitting duck, right?
Absolutely, 100%. But then I guess he would take a timeout because, okay, I gotta go. But he didn't. So 5-0 up now for Jose Alberto Delgado from Spain. And as mentioned, he got his second break of this turn. And dark clouds are getting together above Spain now.
Yeah, if you think about it, Alberto now has had 3 break-and runs.
Yep.
So definitely on its way for still a perfect performance on his breaks. And it doesn't matter what kind of alternate break format you do, just the regular ones like 1x1 or 2x2. If your opponent is making only break runs on their break, I mean, well, I probably jinxed him here, but
well, we were talking about this before. Again, his cue ball completely traveled towards the side, almost scratched in the right side pocket there. And yeah, to be honest, I was kind of waiting for the moment that it would be a dry break for Jose.
Yeah, so will be important for Magi to run this out the least. I mean, to go down 6-0 or
He's
more.
playing this rail first. See? Well, nice played. Yeah, it's a must win, I feel. Got shape on that 12 to the side pocket. Can roll forward into the 6, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, needs to get on the 10 or the 13 as soon as possible. Does have a shot now, but then it will be really difficult to hold for the 10 ball. Will be interesting to see how he's gonna lay himself in between those balls, because it looks like he's gonna play 9, 14 in left center. And then he's gonna... Is he going to stun like into the 10 softly or something?
I might play this above the 10 or next to the 10 to shoot the 13 first and stuff shot on the 10. If you're close to the 10, you're okay.
He just has to get
behind
straight.
It. Yeah, just don't get behind it.
Oh dear, I mean, you gotta be honest, he's been making a couple mistakes. Alberto has played well, only made 1 dry break, but this kind of mistakes are just... He's looking at shooting the 10 off the 4 in the corner. I actually do like it, you're guaranteed to be on the 13. A little bit tougher though, most likely gonna hit this thick, so you have to catch it thin enough. Yeah, that's what he's tried. He knew that you're most likely gonna hit that too thick, so he overcompensated probably. And yeah, like this is 8 ball 2. When your opponent is missing on their last ball or the last 2-3 balls, most of the time it's like a wide open gift kind of for your opponent. And this is a huge... Oh,
wow!
What's he done there?
What happened? Can you believe that?
That must be the most shocking thing I've seen today. Did not elevate enough.
Yeah, you think he just gave too little to draw on it?
I'm surprised why Mark is not just shooting this 10 in the left center and drawing the cue ball back to get on the 13. What was he
Playing 13
doing?
top right. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what's happening at this point. What are they doing? That was interesting.
Well, a present there by Jose Alberto Delgado. And Magi is still in the match. Of course, he's 5-1 behind, but now has 2 breaks. And if he can keep these 2 racks, then he'll be trading 5-3. So that looks a little friendlier than 5-1 down. After this mistake, and I don't know what happened there. Did look that he went up with his cue during his stroke.
Yeah, I kind of think he just didn't elevate enough. But, I mean, I might be able to ask him after the match, but before that we won't know. Now, Mark has 2 breaks. Finally has a game on the board, has made a ball on the break. It's kind of time to go for him, and like I said, once he gets going, he can really get going. So it will be interesting to see if he can get out here, maybe another breaker run, and then basically prey on another mistake from Delgado.
Let's see. Well, he has to do something with that free ball. Interesting. He has a shot on a 4, so I assume that he will take that ball away. But then he needs to open the free ball from the 6. Assuming that the free does not pass, but Mark knows best probably. Yeah, I don't think that's on. So, plan B.
Well, this is gonna be interesting.
Yeah, 5 to the 6 with an angle to open up the free is what I'm guessing.
Well, I would love to play the 5 and go maybe 2 rails, stun left, and open up the 3 with the 6 near. Oh, he scratched off the ball.
Oh dear. Oh my lord, that's a second unforced error that we've seen this match. Wow. He drew it straight in. So 11 to the top left. I think he wanted to land on that 14 ball, but got a little bit short for that, so has to take an alternate route now.
Yeah, not too much really to add in general. If you get ball in hand, you can open up that ball near the 3, and now it's just picking up the other stripes. It's really not too tough. landed a little bit funny on the 13, so it's looking to play shape for the 9 in the top right. But overall, yeah, those are not the games where you need the pinpoint shape in Alberto's position.
Got a little bit of a funny angle. He's missing the 8 ball. He's staying at the right side of the 8 ball, but yeah, couldn't do a lot more. So he's now a little bit hampered by the 8, I guess, to go towards that 14 ball. Needs to probably slow roll this.
Well, he doesn't really have to play this soft. He did, but even if the cue ball would have moved over a diamond more, it's just a slight cut more. So just make sure you play the speed to where you're just never gonna miss the 14 by accident. He has done that, so he's on the 8. Is there a possible scratch in the corner, which he has to maybe jack up for? Yes.
Six to 1 for the Spaniard, and local homeboy Magi has to step up a gear if he wants to continue his appearance here in Estonia after this match.
Yeah, hear that scratch on the 5 ball, devastating. Yeah, unreal scenes, Joris. I mean, I don't think any of us had expected to see this happen in this match.
No, definitely not. This scratch was quite rare, and also that weird scratch from Jose Alberto when he was not jacking up enough was quite a surprise.
Well, and the interesting thing is too, in general, you would expect these players to where if they make a ball on the break, they should be fine overall. But now Mark, I think, has made a ball on every single break, and yet is down 6 to 1. And that's a really interesting statistic, because that's not something you would expect from how well he plays.
No, absolutely right, Tim. 3 to the 2. Just hold it there. Okay, now stop shot or a little bit forward for the 6. And deep breath. From the 7 to the 5, and again it got quite a funny angle. Needs to work here.
Yeah, he doesn't really lay himself natural at times though. Like sometimes he needs a little bit too much stun and stroke on the ball. Managed to get on the 15. Did he get on the 8? I would say yes. Well, he's already down, so the answer is yes. Pulls another one back, 6-2. Quick break run for Mark Magi.
But technically that could have been his last shot, because Alberto Delgado now has 2 breaks, so he could run out the match here. And you could also say, like in this format, that Jose Alberto Delgado is now halfway up the hill.
Well, you gotta remember the fact that last break from Alberto came up dry. So will there be some demons in his head, you know? Maybe maybe some doubt? Or is he just
No.
gonna kill the break like he did the other 3 breaks where he broke and ran? 3 or 4? 4, I think.
I would expect so, and I would also expect that the last time he almost scratched in the right side pocket, that he would aim a little bit more to the left. Let's see if he can find a full contact on that one ball. He did.
Oh,
Made the 7.
surely a fuller contact. A perfect layout, I think, too. I think the spread is really nice. No core around the 8 left in the bottom. Just a couple balls, you know, you have to get on. Like, for example, for stripes, to get to the 12 is a thing. Now, could go solids too, but I'm not too sure if you have a nice opener. Oh, he does have the 2
ball.
Yeah. But then the 5 is maybe not so easy to get to.
Enough reason for Jose Alberto to start with this 9 ball, jacked up 9 ball. Hit it pretty full. Use the left side of that pocket. And now looks like he can only play combination 13 to the 10, which should be good. But he does need to find a perfect position on that 12 ball, which is close to that yellow 1 ball at the top of the table. Because if you find the wrong angle on the 12, then you could be in trouble. First, Alberto will start with this combination. By the looks of it, it's the green ball and then the red 11. And I don't think that he can run from the 11 to the 12. Do you think, Tim?
No,
angle is
that
there.
is super. Well, maybe.
Well, no.
I mean,
yeah.
It really
if
depends
it's still,
on. Really depends on how full, like how straight in he is on the 11. If you think about it, 11, 12, 15, 13, 8 is not too bad.
So he could go from the 11 to the 12. Back to the right rail. Yeah, perfect. Back to the center of the table from the 15. And one rail out here for a 7-2 lead, Tim.
Yeah, 7-2. It is the Spaniard on the hill to get to the last 32 single elimination stage. We either will have to see a huge comeback from the Estonian or possibly a break run to close it out for Jose Alberto Delgado. Tricky layout that rack was to get to that 12 in the top side of the table, but managed nicely, especially here. This 14 put him great on the 11, nicely spotted.
Yeah, and Mark Magi is in the waiting seat. The 1 ball and the 15 are down. 2 balls in the corner, no ball on the side here. Sorry, the 15 went in. So 3 balls on the break. Well, then I assume he has to go with solids, because that 10 ball is kind of blocked and all the solids are available into their natural pockets. The only question would be the 7, which is available to the side pockets, of course. So probably go there straight away from this 5. He is straight on this 5, so he will have to shoot quite a long 7 to that side pocket. Let's wait and see. He's looking for shooting the 6, so he has to play this jacked up. Nice played. So, 4 more balls.
Well, you gotta say, I mean, we're never sure if he still makes a mistake, yes or no, but overall, a great performance from Alberto. What is it, like 5 breaker runs maybe? Well, I think 5 breaker runs. A race to 8
I think so too.
if he clears this. So, I mean, overall performance, has been playing well, and let's see what he does here though. I don't. If the 3 ball goes to the bottom left, I would like to probably play 4-2-3. Just depending on if the 8 goes. If the 8 goes to the bottom left or the right center, I don't mind to play the 4 and maybe run into the 8 softly.
He might run to it right now from the 2. A little nudge there. Nice. And I guess 3 ball does pass that 14 to the corner.
Oh,
So
so
first of all the 4 ball. 3 ball in the same side pocket.
well, it has
And
been
the 8
laying
is
really
wide
well.
open. Absolutely.
Yeah, could play a stop shot 3-2, puts him as straight as possible on the 8. 2 balls to get to the last 32. Jose Alberto Delgado.
Well played, Jose Alberto. Congratulations, and of course, well, great pull by Mark Magi in the last weeks, I have to say. So everybody, thank you for watching. Tim, thank you for your commentary with me.
Yeah, and our next match for tonight will be at 9 p.m. local time, so make sure you tune in, because we will have the last 32 coming up very soon.
Alright, thanks everybody, and see you in a bit.